Hey everyone, welcome to Provider Spotlight. We are super excited to tell the stories of very unique private practice owners all over the United States. This is a very fun series for us. There's always a very unique story to tell. Someone got into this field for some reason, and we want to share it with everyone here. So today we have Dolores from Laser Center of Port Orange, Florida with us. We are super excited to have you and very excited to hear about your story. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this field?
Excuse me, I was a burned out x-ray tech, and I was just very frustrated, burned out, tired, and decided I wanted to do something completely different. So I took a test to see what I was suited for, scored high in social and business, and they listed all these things that would have taken me years to get a master's in. And with two little kids, I thought, oh, I'll never do it. But electrolysis was there, and I barely knew what that was. But I called around to different businesses, and they were ex-nurses, teachers, and they were all like, oh my God, I love my business. I make my own hours, I make good money, and people are great. People are happy, to get rid of their hair. So I went to school in Orlando, worked, double shifts every weekend. Actually, for 10 years, I worked two doubles back to back every Saturday and Sunday while I built my business Monday through Friday, and raised two kids by myself. But yeah, now it's just Monday through Friday, start at 10:10. So no more doubles, no more hospital. So I
Yeah,
love
but what a hustler. That is such
it.
a great story. Raising your kids,
Mm.
pulling doubles, you all hail super. This is fantastic. Yeah. I just love this. It's just interesting to hear everyone's story and how hard they've worked to get
Mm.
to this point and to share their knowledge with other people. So speaking of sharing knowledge, how is your approach different at Laser Center of Port Orange? Tell us, how you serve your clients and what
Mhm.
makes you different from everybody else.
So I think one thing, working in the hospital for 20 years prepared me for this. I meet all kinds of people from every walk of life, and same in the hospital. And so I was prepared. Also, I think because of my medical knowledge, I'm okay to talk about medical problems that might be causing the hair, especially facial hair.
Yeah.
So, and I think what makes me a little bit unique is that that's all I do is hair removal. If you go to a spa or other businesses, they're doing facials, massages, and fat treatments, and this and that. That's all I do all day. 27 years hair removal. So I think that's a positive thing.
Yeah, I do. I love that you're focused on one thing and you are excelling at one thing. And I think that's
Thank you.
super cool, super neat. And yeah, having that medical background, I'm sure is really useful and kind
Mhm.
of also like targeting specific areas and why that might be and explaining that to your clients. So
Right.
I think you can go a little bit deeper and beyond what some other people might be able to do. So that's
Mhm.
super cool. What has been for you the most rewarding aspect of having your business, aside from building it up and climbing that mountain?
Yeah. Well, having my own hours is wonderful. But I think the most satisfying thing is to get rid of women that have facial hair. That they are so frustrated. It kills their self-esteem. Some of them start when they're 14, 15, 16 years old with facial hair, and kids tease them at school, and um, it's really hard on them. So I think that's the most rewarding thing that I can do is get rid of somebody's facial hair and build their self-esteem, and make them feel better about themselves. That's the
That's
nice part.
awesome. I love that. Yeah, it didn't occur to me that people so young could also start out with laser hair removal and electrolysis. Like
Mhm.
that's really powerful, I think, when you're going through those, teen years and it's kind of rough.
Right, right, exactly.
A little rough.
It is. It's
So
rough without the facial hair.
yeah,
you know?
Ruth. Yeah, we've all been there. Um,
Right.
what is the most important thing you can tell us about laser hair removal and electrolysis? Because they're different, which maybe not everyone knows.
Okay, so electrolysis is a little tiny needle and you're treating one hair at a time. It
Yeah.
is very tedious. It takes a long time. It doesn't hurt as bad as it used to years ago. I have a really nice state-of-the-art electrolysis machine that it doesn't hurt near as bad as the old ones, but it's still very annoying. It's annoying, and it can take literally years to get rid of your hair. But you just keep growing new hair and so it's just very tedious and long process. The laser is amazing. It's super fast. It doesn't hurt. You can do like legs used to take me an hour, lower legs. Now it takes 10 minutes.
Uh,
I'm looking at a brand new laser that will take 5 minutes, which it's incredible. I'm just starting the whole looking for finances for that. But that's a whole separate thing. Very exciting. But that's basically the difference. The laser will take maybe 6 treatments, maybe 6 to 8 treatments every 4 weeks on the face, every 6 weeks on the body. Electrolysis, you can come every week. Some people come twice a week for literally years. So if the hair is dark, you want the laser because it's just so much easier and faster. If it's blonde, white, gray, or red, most lasers will not work on those colored hairs because there's no melanin. The laser, that's how it works. It's attracted to melanin or pigment. And so those hairs have no pigment. But the other exciting thing about this new laser is they're claiming it works on light hair and fine hair, which is incredible. So that I don't know that for sure. I haven't seen that demonstrated yet, but I'll definitely be testing that in the next week or so.
That's super cool. Yeah, I was aware a little bit, which kind of goes into like my next question about common misconceptions, and sure that's one of them. Someone like me might do really well, but maybe someone that's more fair skinned and that, has that blonde hair might really struggle. But is there any other misconceptions that you think people should know?
Yeah, a big one is I think our mothers and our grandmothers all told us if we shave, it's going to come in thicker and darker.
Yeah.
And that's not true. Every people argue every day with me about that. They're like, that's not true. I'm like, no, tweezing and waxing will make it worse. It's okay to tweeze your eyebrows or wax your legs. That's non-hormonal, but anything hormonal, which is upper lip, chin, neck, areola, belly, those areas are going to get worse when you tweeze or wax or thread. You're ripping the hair out from the root. Your body sends blood to the area. It nourishes the follicles to produce thicker, darker hair. So that's the worst thing you can do to your face is tweeze or wax or sugar or thread. It's okay to shave. I can even show you. I have a little electric, you put a battery in it. It's very gentle. It doesn't cut you. It's more feminine than a razor on your face. And that's what I recommend people do in between the laser. Or if they decide for whatever reason they're not going to come to me, I tell them, please go to Walgreens and get one of those shavers and just stop tweezing.
Okay. Amazon Black Friday deal.
There you go.
We're all looking now. Okay. Right? That's awesome. Thanks for that little show and tell and tidbit. I think that's a really great misconception, especially when people are actively looking at this, trying to figure out if it's for them and what they should be doing, between sessions too, super important.
Another misconception, I get this every day. People don't realize that it takes 6 to 14 weeks for a hair to grow out from the root. So if I do electrolysis and let's say I go too deep or too shallow or I don't have the current high enough, that hair is going to grow back, but it's going to take 6 to 14 weeks. And every day I have people coming in saying, that hair came back. I was here last week. Same hair. I know my hair and I know that this is the same hair that you took out last week. And I'm like, you know how tiny follicles are and how those hairs are just right next to each other. There's no way. It's physically impossible for hair to grow out in a week or 2 or 3 or 4, but they argue with me about that too.
I'm sure. No, I mean, it's very interesting, very niche. And I think there's a lot of definitely misconceptions and a lot that people still really don't know about laser hair removal.
Right.
There's a lot of things, Google is a friend, but also an enemy. And so
yes, there's misconception there. On Google, it'll tell you that lasers are more, electrolysis is more permanent than lasers. And that's not true either. That's from the first generation of lasers that came out like in, I don't know, 2000 or something. they said they were permanent and they weren't. A lot of people lost a lot of money, but the second generation of lasers are definitely permanent, and the newer ones are phenomenal.
Really?
So yeah, so it's not true that electrolysis just like takes forever, you know.
Wow.
So.
That's so awesome. I really appreciate, I think everyone here, especially the women that are listening,
Mhm.
appreciate all this advice. And for everyone that is listening, is there, could you tell us about how to contact you, website, follow you on
Absolutely.
social media, any other tips and tricks you might share online? We'd love to follow you.
Sure. I'm on lasercenterpro.com is my website. And you can email me at doloresholleman@gmail.com. I am on Instagram as Laser Center Port Orange. On Facebook as Laser Center Port Orange, and I have a personal Facebook. Um, I'm even on Twitter, which is now X. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, and phone number 386-304-3411 is that's my office phone. And you can text or call that number. It's an iPhone.
Very cool.
My wonderful assistant, Melissa, is very accommodating. She'll get you in as soon as possible.
Oh, that's awesome. Dolores, thank you for all your help, your advice. Appreciate you telling us your story, and we hope to have you on very soon again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.